If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay students, I welcome you to lecture 29 of this series, switchgear protections. So today we will going to start transformer protection. So transformer protection, the first topic that comes into mind is differential protection scheme. So let us understand what is differential scheme. So what is the idea of the differential scheme? Suppose you have an equipment, any equipment, and there is current entering and then current leaving, any equipment. So this current and this current, you can compare these two current. You have a comparator which will compare these two current. If under normal and external fault, suppose there is a fault outside the equipment, and under normal condition these two current will be same. The current entering should be equal to current going, so there will be no difference, so difference will be zero. But if there is an internal fault, then the maximum current will pass through this path, minimum current will go through this, then there will be a difference. So the idea is very simple, just compare the incoming and outgoing currents. So this was the idea. Under normal and external fault condition, the current entering should be equal to current leaving it. And during any fault inside the equipments, the incoming and outgoing currents, they vary with each other. So a comparison can be made between these incoming and outgoing currents, and the comparison can be on magnitude, can be on phase angle, or both. You can compare the magnitude also, you can compare the phase angle of the currents, or you can compare both. And the trip signals can be issued as per your requirement based on the comparison. It is useful for now one thing has to be very careful, the end sides, these incoming and outgoings, these points should be very near to each other. If they are very far, then how will compare these two? So it will be useful if these both ends are close to each other. So if you see that's why it is useful in a transformer, because transformer, your both sides are very close to each other. Bus bar, incoming and outgoings, motor, generators. But if you see transmission line is a long transmission line, 200 km, 400 km, 600 km, 100 km. So these end and these end are so far. So differential protection schemes will be useful for this type of equipments where your end terminals are very close to each other. And one more thing, this scheme requires only CT. You need only CT connections because you are comparing the incoming and outgoing currents only. So one important thing which plays a very significant role in differential protection is your dot convention. So earlier also I have given some hint of dot convention, but today I am taking it in length. So suppose you have a transformer core. This is a core, and we have connected 3 winding. This is primary winding, these 2 are secondary winding. Different ways you can connect. So if you see your primary winding, your current is, you can see the windings, one is going behind and then rotating, and one is coming forward of the core and then rotating. So both way you can rotate it either this way, or you can rotate it either this way. In a limb, if you can take, in a rod, if you want to make a coil, you can make this way also, you can make that way also. That depends how you are inserting your incoming and you are taking your outgoing, that's all. So now here you can see, so you have given supply through primary. So primary has a voltage source V1. So you can see your current directions. All the current directions are in this way. So how you will your flux will behave. So you can see your right hand thumb rule. So if your thumb represent current, so this will be my flux. So because this is my, you can feel this is my current now, the red arrows. So my field will be going inside from the up side. From the up it will going inside. So from the up it is going inside and then coming out. It is going inside and then coming out. So this is the flux that is created by A, that is phi A. Now due to this flux, current will be induced in, EMF will be induced in other coils, and other coils are connected with resistors. So and they are shorted with resistors, so current will flow in the other coils. So in the other coils, this current will flow in a manner so that it opposes the cause of its creation. Who is the cause of its creation? Phi A is the cause of its creation. So it will try to oppose it by using Lenz's law. This is the mother killer law. Lenz's law is a mother killer. It will kill its source from where it originates. So it originates due to phi A. So this current will be in such a way so that the flux created by this phi B, this is the flux created by this current, the current that is generated through induction, through EMF, then through resistors. So this flux will oppose that phi A. This phi B, the flux that is generated by B1, B2 terminals current will oppose, that is I2 current will oppose your that A1, A2 terminal, that is I1 current. Not current, the magnetic field of both the currents should oppose each other, because the second one is the result of the first one. First one is the cause. So result will always try to opposite cause. So if you see because your flux, the earlier flux was moving in this direction, so your flux should move now in this direction, so that it should be in negative direction of phi A, what we are talking about. Now you have phi A, phi B, so you can calculate what will be your I2 or IB. Now you have to put this finger. So this finger is not coming out, this is coming out. So if you see, it is coming out from upside, then the current is flowing in from my left to right. From my left to right. For your case it will be reverse. So you can see my hand. So it is coming out, so current will be in this direction. So you can see the current directions, that's why. Okay, now in this third one also same. Third one also flux is going out in this direction. So again my current will be in this direction. So you can see the currents. So once I mark this current, now you can mark it through which terminal it is going and coming out, because the current should be in this direction, so it should obviously go through B1 and coming out of B2. Here also, because current is in this direction, so it should come out through this and it should enter through this. Now you can see these directions. Now you can mark the voltage also, because your current is coming through this and going through resistor in this way, so this will be plus, this will be minus. And here, because your current is coming through this way, so this will be plus, this will be minus. So if I denote only the plus polarities, so that is also a way to dot convention. So if you see the plus polarities of A, so the plus polarities of A is here, because V1 is here. Because you can see the voltage is marked. I have told you, if voltage is marked in this way, that means this is plus terminal, this is minus terminal. So here you can see the voltage in this way, that means this is plus, so this terminal is marked as plus. So here also the voltage in this way, so this terminal is marked as plus. So this is also one way, so indicate the winding connections, so they will mark the only plus polarities. So you can feel it now how the connections will be. Inside connections what it will be, but you have to know if it is going through in plus terminal in the primary, so in secondary it should come out of plus terminal. You can see this is also one secondary, the current is coming out of plus terminal. So if it is plus plus given in the exam or any other where, so don't get confused. Throw one plus terminal if it is entering in the primary through plus, then in the secondary it should come out of plus. And another way is to mark dots. So you can see there is a dot connected here. So if the primary current is going through the dot, it means that there is a dot that is marked in the secondary winding through which it will come out. Here also you can see, because my primary through dot, it is entering through dot. Here is the coil. How you will know whether it is entering or leaving? Because you see before the coil, this dot is given before the coil and current is going through. So current is passing through the dot, going through dot, it crosses dot, then it goes into the coil. So here the current passes the coil, and while leaving it crosses the dot. Here also you can see, first the current leaves the coil, then it comes out through the dot. So here then reverse also can be done. If the primary through dot it is coming out, then in the secondary through dot it should come in. So you can see in both way you can mark these dots. So these dots are very important for your differential schemes, city connections. If you are not clear with this, you cannot draw the connections diagram. So be very careful through it. Now if you see a simple differential scheme which is also known as Marsh price, which is also known as Marks price protection scheme. Simple under normal condition. What it will be under normal load current? This is my equipment which I am supposed to protect, and this is a simple line I have taken, a voltage source, and the current is feeding through a load, and it is returning through a return path. Two cities are connected with the same ratio, 1:1. Equipment I am considering 1:1 ratio. Don't get confused with transformer right now. I have not introduced transformer right now. So two circuit breakers are given in both sides. So one current, so this side CT. So while marking this dot, you first draw the current loop. It should go in this way and it should come out this way. Or reverse also you can do. If it is going in this way, then it should come out in reverse way. So there should be a continuity. You can see the continuity. Current is going through this, through this, through this, and then coming out of this. So this way these marks are given. So if you put a dot here, so through dot it is entering. So in the secondary through dot, so dot will be here, because from you want current in this direction, so dot should come out of, current should come out of dot. Here I have given dot in this way. So here primary it is leaving, because coil is here, so it is leaving the dot. So in the secondary it should enter through dot. So you can see in both way also this connection can also be made in this way. Suppose if I put here a dot, so it is leaving this dot, so here through dot it should enter. So from where should I put this dot? So I should have put a dot here. So this dot it is entering. So this dot, it is not mandatory the way I am giving, that is the fixed way. So you have to think so that you have a continuity in the path. So this current is IL, because it is n:1 ratio. So this current will be IL divided by N, and here also it will be IL divided by N. So the current is flowing IL divided by N, and it is going IL divided by N, then IL divided by, so complete loop is completed. So no current will be there, because if you take KCL, current entering is IL by N, current leaving is IL by N. So entering and leaving are equal, so no current will be left through this path. So spill current is ideally it is 0, and your plug setting in ideal condition we keep it at 0, so that it doesn't trip. So I think that's all for today. We will continue in next lecture. If you liked the video, then press the like button, and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.